Somebody out there is about to sell one of these 10 guns for a few $100, and they have absolutely no idea they're holding something worth thousands. Don't let that person be you. Quick question before we go any further. Are you subscribed to this channel? Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you guns that are quietly doubling and tripling in value right now. And my next video covers the exact steps to verify if your gun is one of the rare versions that collectors are fighting over. Hit that subscribe button right now. Seriously, do it before you forget. You've got collectors, investors, and auction houses all chasing the same guns, and if you don't know which ones they are, you could accidentally sell a gold mine at a garage sale price. I've seen it happen. Real people, real regrets. So stay with me through this whole video because the last few guns on this list are the ones that are skyrocketing the fastest right now. Let's start with number 1, and this one might be sitting in your safe right now. The first gun you should never ever sell is the original Colt Python. Now, I'm not talking about the new Python that Colt brought back in 2020. I'm talking about the original hand-fitted revolvers made between the 1950s and 1999. Here's the part that blows people's minds. When Colt first sold these revolvers, the retail price was around $125. That's it. Today, a clean original Python in good condition starts at about $2,000. And if you've got a box-fresh, unfired example from the 1970s or early 1980s, you could be looking at anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000 or more at auction. Rock Island Auction Company, one of the most respected gun auction houses in the country, reports that the Python has averaged over $3,300 at their sales. The reason collectors go crazy for these is simple. The original Pythons were hand-fitted by Colt craftsmen. The action was polished by hand. The barrel was timed by hand. That level of craftsmanship simply doesn't exist in modern mass production. So if you've got a vintage Python with a matching box and papers, please don't sell it. Put it in a safe, insure it, and let it keep growing. The second gun on this list is the pre-1964 Winchester Model 70. Here's a little history lesson that matters a lot for your wallet. Before 1964, Winchester made the Model 70 with a controlled round feed action and hand-fitted parts. Hunters and collectors called it the Rifleman's rifle. Then in 1964, Winchester changed the manufacturing process to cut costs. They switched to cheaper parts and push feed actions. The gun community noticed immediately, and they were not happy. So what happened to the old ones? Their value went through the roof. Today, a pre-64 Model 70 in solid condition averages around $1,400 to $1,500 used. Special chamberings in pristine condition can bring $4,000, $6,000, even $8,000. Here's what most people get wrong. They assume all Model 70s are basically the same. They're not. The year your gun was made changes everything. Check that serial number before you even think about selling. The third gun is one that surprised a lot of people when it got discontinued, the original Browning High Power. Now listen, FN Herstal, the company behind the High Power, stopped production in 2018. And the moment that announcement hit the internet, collectors started buying every clean example they could find. The High Power has been in military and law enforcement service around the world for decades. It's the design John Moses Browning was working on when he died. That's the kind of history that makes collectors open their wallets wide. Right now, original Browning High Powers in good condition are selling for over $1,500 on Gunbroker. Clean examples with original boxes are pushing even higher. If yours is just sitting in a drawer because you switched to a modern pistol, think hard before you let it go. If you're finding this helpful so far, I want you to imagine what you'll learn when I release my next video. I'm going deep on the 5 most common mistakes gun owners make when they try to sell a collectible firearm. Mistakes that cost them thousands of dollars. Subscribe right now so you don't miss it. I upload regularly. And I do not want you losing money because you missed that video. Now we're getting into the guns that are really starting to move in the market. Number 4 is the Heckler Koch P7. This is the part that shocked me when I first researched it. The P7 uses a gas-delayed blowback system that is unlike almost any other pistol ever made. When you pick it up and squeeze the front grip strap, it cocks the pistol. Let go, and it decocks automatically. It's an engineering masterpiece. H&K discontinued it years ago, and that fixed the supply forever. Right now, collectors are paying between $1,500 and $3,500 for high-condition P7s. Some rare variants go even higher. The supply of real H&K P7s isn't growing. It's actually shrinking as guns get lost, damaged, or taken off the market by collectors who refuse to sell. That's a recipe for one thing: higher prices. If you've got one, hold on to it tight. Number 5 is the vintage Smith Wesson Model 29. Now, quick legal note right here. You notice this video is for educational information only and is not legal or financial advice. Always consult a professional for your specific situation. Now, back to the Model 29. This is the gun that Clint Eastwood pointed at criminals in Dirty Harry and said, "Go ahead, make my day." That movie came out in 1971, and it made the Model 29 one of the most iconic revolvers in American history. Here's the thing, though. Not all Model 29s are equally valuable. The ones collectors really want are the older examples made before Smith Wesson added an internal lock to their revolvers around 2003. Gun enthusiasts call these pre-lock guns. A vintage pre-lock Model 29 in great shape can sell for over $2,000. Some rare variants with 3-inch barrels or factory unfluted cylinders fetch even more at auction. The modern versions of the gun are fine revolvers, but they just don't carry the same collector magic. Number 6 will surprise you if you own one. The pre-ban Colt SP1. Here's what just happened in this market. The original Colt AR-15 Sporter, known as the SP1, was made from the 1960s through the late 1980s. These are the rifles that were affected by the 1994 federal assault weapons ban. And here's the crazy part. Even though that ban expired in 2004, collectors still chase these original pre-ban rifles like crazy. Why? Because these early Colts have triangular handguards, A1 sights, and original Colt roll marks that you simply cannot replicate today. A clean, original Colt SP1 is currently averaging around $1,700 used, and some fully original examples with no sear block modifications are listed for $3,500. If you inherited one of these or picked one up years ago, you're sitting on serious money. Now, gun number 7 rounds out this segment perfectly, the pre-1964 Winchester Model 94. There's a dividing line in the Winchester collecting world, and it falls squarely in 1964. Before that year, Winchester built the Model 94 with forged steel, hand-fitted parts, and tight manufacturing tolerances that made these rifles beloved. After 1964, cost-cutting changed the feel and finish of the gun. Today, a pre-64 Model 94 in strong condition sells for between $800 and $3,000, depending on caliber and configuration. But wait, there's something even more important here. Certain rare calibers like the 25-35 Winchester or the 30-240 command a massive premium because almost nobody made rifles in those chamberings anymore. If your Model 94 is one of those rare chamberings and it's pre-64, you could have a real treasure. Hey, here's a quick stat that's actually kind of alarming. Over 70% of people watching this right now are not subscribed. That means most of you are going to miss the follow-up video where I break down exactly how to authenticate a firearm. Don't be in that group. Join the tens of thousands of gun owners who trust this channel. Hit subscribe right now. You'll thank yourself later. Okay, we are getting into the deep end of the collector pool now. Number 8 is the early Ruger Blackhawk flat top. Let me explain why this matters. The very first Ruger Blackhawk revolvers, made from 1955 to 1962, had a flat top frame with no protective ears around the rear sight. That's why collectors call them flat tops. Ruger changed the design in 1962, and those early guns became a separate chapter. An early Blackhawk flat top in good condition today can sell for over $1,000. And rare chamberings like the 44 Magnum flat top can push $1,500 to $2,000. These guns are getting harder and harder to find in original unmodified condition. The moment you bubble one of these by changing the grips or having it reblued, you destroy a significant chunk of its collector value. Number 9 is one that might make some of you do a double take. The pre-1968 Walther PPK, specifically one made in West Germany. Here's the history. After World War II, West Germany resumed production of the iconic Walther PPK. These were made to incredibly high standards and exported to the United States. Then, the Gun Control Act of 1968 changed the import rules, and many of these small caliber German pistols were no longer legal to bring into the country. That cut off the supply of authentic German-made PPKs overnight. Today, a pre-1968 West German PPK in good shape with its original box can bring $700 to over $3,000 depending on markings and condition. Wartime variants from the 1930s and 1940s with police or military markings, those are in a completely different value league, sometimes $5,000 or more. If Grandpa left you a small German pistol, please do not sell it at a yard sale. And now, number 10. This is the one that truly has no ceiling. Pre-1986 registered transferable machine guns. I want to be very clear here. In 1986, Congress passed the Firearm Owners Protection Act, which closed the registry. That means the supply of legal, civilian-owned machine guns in the United States is permanently frozen. There are approximately 176,000 fully transferable machine guns. That number will never increase. Here's what that means for value. A MAC-10 that you could buy for a few $100s in the 1970s now sells for thousands. A transferable H&K MP5 can cost $40,000 to $60,000 or more. And at the very top of the market, rare transferable military machine guns like the FN M240B have sold at auction for nearly $500,000. These are not just guns anymore. They are hard assets that go up in value every single year simply because nobody can make more. If you own a pre-86 registered machine gun, treat it like the investment it is. This information is changing fast. And the next video covers exactly what documentation you need. Laws around NFA items, pre-ban firearms, and collectibles are shifting constantly. Subscribe right now so you're the first person to see that video when it drops. This stuff really could expire in value the moment regulations change. Don't be the last one. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. Some of the most valuable guns in America right now are ones that ordinary people own and don't even realize they have. The Python, Model 70, High Power, P7, Model 29, SP1, Model 94, Flat Top, PPK, and machine guns. All of these are going up in value because you simply cannot make more of them. Supply is fixed. Demand keeps growing. That is the most powerful force in any market. Before you sell a single gun from your collection, do your research. Check auction results. Check recent sales on sites like Rock Island Auction and Gunbroker. And if you think you might own one of these, talk to a professional appraiser first. This video is educational information, not financial or legal advice. Always consult an expert. If this video helped you, do me one favor. Subscribe to this channel. I spend hours every week digging through data so you don't have to. Hit that button. Leave me a comment below. Tell me which gun on this list you own. I'll see you in the next video.